All right, get comfy, get cozy. This one is going to be a long one. Q1 2024 is already over. What? And I have no idea where all the time went, but I am excited to do this budget review this month because I have made a lot of progress on my financial goals for 2024. Overall, this has been a good month. I have gotten some kind of bad news as well, but that's more along the personal lines of how work is going and things. So for those of you that are interested, I'll include that little chit chat at the end of the video. But yeah, I'm excited to take a look at the budget this month. I'm even more excited to get a net worth update out there for you channel members, because there's going to be some major progress. I mean, not only have y'all seen how I have been killing it with the car debt in the first quarter here of 2024, but the markets have been on a tear as well. So my portfolio has grown. I cannot wait to see what my updated net worth is. So yeah, without further ado, let's first take a look at my budget review. After this, I will make the annual budget review and portfolio update / net worth video for my channel members. So yeah, grab you a drink, get comfy, let's get going. All right, here we are looking at the March 2024 budget. So it has been yet another good income month for me. So the first quarter here of 2024, I have had more income than what I usually have to work with every single month. My first month in January, I had my retention bonus from my job come through. In February, that happened to be a 3-paycheck month for me, so I had an extra paycheck. And then here in March, we can see I got my federal tax return back. So the first 3 months have really allowed me to make some big progress when it comes to my financial goals, and we will take a look at everything here in all the details. One thing I have not gotten back yet is my North Carolina state tax return. It usually does take longer than the federal tax return, so whatever, I'll probably get that $144 in April. I did not get a YouTube payout this month. I just don't make enough videos for it, but honestly here, I really enjoy this longer form content here. I know that when I watch other channels, like, I'm interested in the story of the person and how they're trying to get to fire themselves. You kind of get invested in somebody's story, right? At least that's what I watch when I look at YouTube. And so I kind of like the longer form content videos where you can just see how the month went for that person and get a little life update at the same time, and you just follow the story from month to month. But that's getting off on a tangent. So moving down into the bills and spending section here, let's just take a look. My mortgage payment is $840 like usual, but this is actually going to be changing here soon. I got a escrow account update from Chase, who holds the mortgage on my house here, that it was a strange thing, and y'all let me know if you've ever had this happen to you, but it said that there was an escrow shortage. However, my mortgage payment is dropping by $20 a month. So I don't understand how, if there's a shortage, that my payment would be going down a little bit. But I mean, at this point, I've had multiple notices from them that the mortgage payment is going to be dropping a little bit. So, you know, whatever, I'm okay with that. An extra $20 that I can throw into the portfolio every month, I'm all about it. So the utilities for this month came in under budget. Internet, right on target. Gas and car wash, way under budget. I only had to fill up twice this month. This has been a pretty good month as far as expenses go for me. Food and household, I did end up going over by $5.81 on my food and household budget. Not bad. My phone, this is an annual expense for me with Mint Mobile. Right on target there, essentially. The only medication I had to get this month was a thyroid medicine refill, which is super cheap, $2.10. I did do a little bit of personal miscellaneous spending this month. Most of this was to darken my room a little bit more since I'm a third shift worker, and that was about $100. Very well spent because I actually have been sleeping a little bit better during the day. I've noticed it, and that is a huge help when you're a third shift worker. I did spend $50 more though on getting a different earring. This one earring, I have my conch piercing on this side. You guys probably can't see that. I've just decided I don't really like this one. It's silver, but it's too thick. I want a thinner one. So I bought a thinner one off of Etsy for $50 and haven't gotten it in yet, obviously. But yeah, every day I was kind of looking at that one and I was like, I didn't realize it was this thick when I bought it, and it just annoyed me. So I decided to treat myself and get a different earring. For my car, I budgeted to throw $4,200 at my car payment this month. And this is the goal that I have been working on since the start of the year. Y'all know I've been trying to get my car paid off. And the original goal that I set for myself was to have my car paid off by the end of June. I was going to give myself the first 6 months of 2024 to get my car paid off. And I was secretly hoping I could do it by the end of May. But guys, I have just been like hyper focused on this. Y'all know this. And yeah, even though I did not quite hit my goal of how much I wanted to throw at the car this month, I was still able to throw $3,800 towards my car payment. Y'all can see what the balance was at the start of the month. I only owed just a hair over $6,000 on my car. So my current balance for the car is now $2,257.84. I am almost done, you guys. I'm so close to being done. So close, in fact, that I have decided that I'm going to put almost all of my next paycheck that I get in towards the car balance. But you guys, that is enough to get my car completely paid off. So I am very excited for that. I crushed it. I mean, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I absolutely crushed this goal at the beginning of 2024. I am quite proud of myself for doing that. So cheers to you. Skull. I am super proud of being able to get my car paid off so quickly. If you happen to be new to the channel, I bought a brand new 2021 Chevy Trailblazer back in 2021. And even though the interest rate on it is super low, I decided that I had the opportunity to get it paid off completely pretty quickly here in 2024 when I was looking ahead and I realized I was going to be having a lot of extra money coming in at the beginning of this year. So I decided to just go ahead and get the thing paid off. At the start of the year here, January 2024, we can see I owed $17,500 on this car. So to be able to pay off that amount of money in 3.5 months here, yeah, I mean, I don't regret it. Sure, I could have thrown that money into the market, but I mean, the market is sitting at all-time highs right now. We keep hitting new high after new high. So really, to just be completely debt-free for the first time in my adult life, the only debt I have now is my mortgage. I have never experienced that in my adult life ever. I have always had some kind of consumer debt going on. I've had a paid off car before, but I've also had personal loans and credit card debt and all the things. You know, this is going to be the first time that I have ever been debt free. And honestly, the mortgage, when I bought this house, it was a bit of a fixer-upper. I put 20% down anyway. I have good equity in the home. I bought when mortgage rates were still low. My mortgage rate on my house is 3.8% fixed. This is just a game changer for me, you guys. And this is why I am so excited to do my net worth update here for the first quarter of 2024. it's going to be epic. There are going to be some gains. I don't know exactly how much, but I cannot wait to see what the new net worth is. And then going forward from here, all the extra money that I get is going to be going towards building my portfolio and actually buying back my own time. I am really going to be putting the pedal to the metal when it comes to reaching fire. So honestly, it kind of feels like for the first time I am actually at ground zero when it comes to working my way towards fire. Now, of course, I have been doing that the entire time that I have been on YouTube. I started my channel in 2018, and fire has been the goal since I started this channel. But I've always had debt that I've kind of slowly been working on, just depending on the situation. Sometimes I would invest more, sometimes I would pay off debt more. If you've been here for that long, then you know. I mean, this will be the first time that I will be able to put every single bit of the extra money that I have every single month towards my portfolio and building my way to financial independence. So I can't wait, you guys. I'm sure you can tell how excited I am. And that brings us to the next section here, the investing and fire tracking portion of the budget. So I have updated all of my investment accounts and everything before I started the video, but this section is for channel members only. However, I do still share my savings rate for the month, which for March was 14.34%. Not super impressive, but it's because most of my extra money is going towards my car payment until it is paid off. So when I get my next paycheck, the first paycheck in April, my car is going to be completely paid off. So I expect the savings rate to be better in April. But starting in May and going forward, I am really wanting to see this savings rate just skyrocket. Now, I'm thinking about taking a trip to Sweden here possibly soon, so I know I'll have a plane ticket at some point if I decide to take that trip. I'll get into that with the work update at the end of the video here, but as for am I financially independent yet, my fire number goal that I am working towards, I have a net worth goal in mind, and I am 54.1% of the way to my fire number. This number has been going up steadily despite me working on my car debt aggressively, because I am still contributing to my work retirement account, of course, and getting the match there. But the markets have also just been green this year. Things have been moving up, so that has helped as well. And now that I am able to start focusing on contributing to this portfolio for the rest of the year, I really want to see this number start steadily going up. We'll see. Stay tuned how that goes. So at the bottom here, y'all can see that I do actually have a lot of money that I'm rolling over into April. And that is because my neighbor, who is taking over all of the yard care on the outside of the house here, still has not told me how much he wants me to pay him every month to do this. So I've asked him multiple times. The next time I see him, I will bring it up again. At some point, if he just won't tell me what he wants me to send him, I'm going to start sending him something every month. I just wish that he would tell me, because this is causing me anxiety. Like, it's a lot of work for the outside of my house, but at the same time, this is what he does. It doesn't take him very long to cut my grass, but he's also doing the weed eating. He's, doing several things for me around the house here. So I wish he would just tell me so I could budget appropriately. But, at some point I'm going to get it out of him, how much I should be paying him, because if he doesn't tell me, I'm going to end up sending him a lot of money, and that will probably make him feel guilty. But at the same time, if he doesn't tell me how much I need to be paying him, I feel like I need to be doing all this yard work myself. And yeah, this is just not a good situation for my personality. I need to know, just tell me, Richard, tell me how much money you want me to pay you every month. But anyway, he does not watch the YouTube channel. He does not know I have a YouTube channel, unless my mom has happened to mention that to him. But Anyway, this is just an ongoing thing that will be resolved. I know that he wants to do things to be nice and help me out. He knows I'm a healthcare worker, third shift. He knows, and he likes to be helpful. But still, you can be helpful and I can still give you something for the effort. It's a lot of work. It gets hot here in North Carolina. Anyhow, that's enough about that. As for the car debt, let's update my color chart for my car debt because we are able to color in another icon since the mid-month budget update video that I did. So let's do that next. Here we have it. So my balance is just over 2,000, so I cannot color in both of these icons, but we can get this one done. So let's do that. There we have it. So my very next paycheck, I will be able to color in this, all of this. It will be done. I cannot wait. All right, so I tried to get through the budget part of the video as quickly as I could to just not make this video super long because it does take a while for these videos to upload to YouTube whenever I keep rambling on. But for those of you who really are invested in the story here and how just work and life is going in general, here are those updates for you. But first, so I have had some work updates. My schedule is changing, and that is both good and bad. If you've been with me for a long time on the channel, then you know that my 3 12-hour shifts, hello Rollo, he's gonna join us. My 3 12-hour shifts that I have worked for the over 7.5 years that I have been with this company have always been split up, which I do not enjoy. It's been Tuesday, Thursday, Friday night for years now, and I have always wanted to get those 3 nights together. However, my caveat with that was I kind of wanted to keep the Friday night because on Friday nights I get both my night shift differential and also the weekend shift differential. The weekend shift differential is an extra $3 an hour on top of everything else that you get for working weekends, and my workplace considers Friday night part of the weekend. So, you know, that's nice, little extra bit of money there. And my work is planning on getting my 3 nights together very soon here. And honestly, I heard about this like through the grapevine from other employees, not anybody else in management, because communication has always been an issue at my company. But you know, that's just another extraneous detail of things that are going on right now. But anyhow, I found out that soon my overnight shifts are going to be changing to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. And you know, I'm glad for that, really. I mean, yes, it's going to be a little bit less money, and that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I think I would prefer to just have my nights together, so I'm glad that they're doing that. So that's what I mean when I say it's both a good thing and a bad thing that I'm getting my nights together. I do kind of hate to have the little bit of a pay cut because that does add up over time, but it's fine. Other work updates, and the reason why I have not booked a trip to Sweden yet is because my work is changing the way that they're handling their vacation policies, basically. I mean, if you've been with me for a while on the channel, and since I have been with this company, I have always taken 3 weeks off at a time, plus a Tuesday night, because of how my schedule was, that would allow me to have a good chunk of time off from work all at once, right? And I could take a trip over to Sweden, and it would really be worth the time off because I had a lot of time off. I could really have a chance to decompress just a little bit, and then, you know, have time to fly over to Sweden, get on a day shift schedule, get over the jet lag, enjoy time together with my husband, and then have time to fly back over and get back on a night shift schedule and come back to work. You know, the one thing I felt like my job was doing right was allowing me to use my PTO in the way that I wanted to. And honestly, there was nothing in our PTO policy that said there's a limit on how much time we can take off at once. But this is the first time that I have put in a vacation request in my 7.5 years at my company that has been denied. And we have new interim management in that I have never put in a vacation request with before. But yeah, I put in a vacation request for the end of May last week, and I got an email back from the new interim manager saying that any requests over 14 days are automatically considered a personal leave of absence. And he sent me the personal leave of absence policy, which is rolled up with the FMLA policy. And yeah, he said basically that if you request over 14 days at a time, that you're supposed to fill out a personal leave of absence form. The request may or may not be granted. And even if it is granted, there is no guarantee of reemployment when your personal leave of absence time is up. That is the email response that I got from them. So I was definitely taken aback by that, to put it lightly. And to give all of this some context, when I sent in my PTO request, because I had always previously taken 3.5 weeks at a time, I thought this time, it's been a long time since I had vacation, first of all. I have not taken off any time since August of last year. So I thought this time I have a lot of hours that I've accrued that I need to use. I said, you know what? I'm going to try to aim for 4 weeks plus a Tuesday this time. This is before I found out my schedule was changing too, obviously. But anyhow, so instead of just requesting off some dates like I always have before, I sent an email to my interim lead over the department, not the guy that I got a response from, let me just say, and the 2 ladies that are over the schedule for our department in ultrasound. So I sent them the email to say, hey, I really would like all of this time off. I know it's a lot of time to request at once, but please let me know when would be the best time for me to do this. I'm flexible on my dates. You know, I was trying to be accommodative when I sent this email in. And again, I've always taken a lot of PTO before when I would request off. So I knew that it would be a stretch, but I thought, you know, that they would take a look at all of the requests off that we have and see when would be a good time to fit me in, and they would let me know and it would be fine. So it was a surprise to me to get a response back from the radiology department director, whom I did not include on the original email, saying, hey, you're not supposed to request over 14 days at a time. It's a leave of absence. You need to fill out this form every time that happens, and you may not be reemployed when you come back from your leave of absence. And also any further requests for PTO that are over 14 days can be denied. So yeah, now, you know, if you've been with me for a while on the channel, that healthcare is in shambles, yes, and my department has been short-staffed for years, but despite that, they have always given me the time off that I wanted. And I thought, like, this is the one good thing about this company, was that, you know, even though everything is a dumpster fire right now, at least they were giving me the time off I wanted when I requested it. But now that is apparently changing. So I slept on it for a day or two, and I did respond to this email. Now, I responded as professionally as I could, but I also acknowledged the fact that this seemed a whole lot like retaliation for me bringing up the meal break compliance issue that I did a few months ago, if you've been with me for a while. So if you're new, though, long story short on that, my company did change the way that we're supposed to take our meal breaks at work. Basically, we were supposed to be getting paid for all of the time that we were clocked out for lunch, and we were not getting paid for that, but they've changed policies going forward on how we're supposed to handle our meal breaks. So, yeah, and all of that had to go through corporate compliance, so it got other departments involved and everything, and I was the one that brought it up. So, yeah, I did put in my reply email that this seems a whole lot like retaliation. I had put in that email that I had never had a problem with PTO requests before. I've never had to fill out leave of absence requests before. I've never had PTO denied before in my 7.5 years with this company. But, yeah, basically the sum of all of this is that I don't really know how my vacation hours are going to look like going forward. I sent that email response on Monday morning, very early in the morning, since I'm a third shifter. It was like 4:30 in the morning on a Monday morning of this week. I am filming this video on Saturday night. I never got a response back from anybody at my employer. So yeah, I'm basically just up in the air on, I don't know how vacation requests are going to look like for me going forward. So it's making it very difficult for me to plan a trip to Sweden. And I mean, if there was one thing that would just make this whole situation harder, it's that. So yeah, I mean, work just really put the hot iron and dug it into the wound. You know, it's the one good thing that my job had going was that I could take a lot of PTO at once and go see my husband, have some good time off, and recuperate a little bit before I come back to work. But now I don't know what that looks like going forward. So that's the shitty thing going on at work right now. I mean, yay, I'm getting my 3 nights together finally after 7.5 years, but taking a small pay cut to do it. Also, may not be able to take PTO like I want going forward. So, yeah, if I did not like the actual facility where I work as much as I do, I mean, I would already be looking for other jobs and applying elsewhere. And actually, I have been doing that. You know, I do always keep an eye out for other places where I can get my foot in the door, maybe pick up some extra hours. Y'all know, if you've been with me for a while, every once in a while I will apply to another place, kind of try to get a feel of what's out there and what might be coming. So, you know, I will continue to do that. I even keep an eye out for travel jobs. I'm open to doing local travel jobs if it fits in with my current schedule, because I don't want to give up the position that I do have. Management notwithstanding, I actually do like where I work. So that is the big factor that keeps me where I'm at. And going forward, my company does have a brand new hospital that they are finishing up building this year. And I'm really pushing for my schedule to change again once that hospital is open. Ideally, I want to work a rotating schedule, either 6 on, 8 off, or 7 on, 7 off, kind of. I have sent a lot of schedule ideas to my managers and, you know, offered them several different options of ways to make that work. I even have somebody who is interested in doing the opposite shift me to rotate back and forth. And the thing about that schedule is, I mean, it would be ideal for my situation with me and my husband right now, because if I am working 7 on, 7 off, or really what I'm pushing for is the 6 on, 8 off, what that means is that I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday night one week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night the next week, and then the other person comes in on the Thursday and starts their week. So I have 8 days off in between. So what that means is when I do put in a PTO request for vacation going forward, I can request my 2 weeks, the 3 nights on the one week, the 3 nights on the next week. That's only 2 weeks of vacation at a time, but my schedule means that I would actually have nearly 4 weeks off, somewhere around there, and that would work great for the situation with me and my husband. So I'm holding out in hopes that they're going to be able to make that happen, but I honestly don't know if it's going to happen. I am right now 50-50 on that whole situation, on whether it's going to happen or not. I'm hopeful for it, but I just don't know. And the communication at my job is downright awful. It's non-existent. I mean, I got zero communication back from my managers, even when I said, hey, this feels like retaliation to me, and nothing back. My schedule is changing, and my managers didn't even ask me if I was okay with the change. I had to find that out through another employee that my schedule was changing. You know, there's red flag after red flag after red flag for the company that I work for, and it has nothing to do with the actual facility where I work or the shift that I'm on, my teammates. It's 100% management. But as long as I like my job and where I work right now, I keep sticking it out and hoping for better, because you guys, the ultrasound community here in the area is pretty small. Everybody knows somebody. And I can tell you, I know for a fact that even if I found a job somewhere else, the grass is not always greener. Every facility has their issues and problems that they're working through. Trust me. So I know there's probably a ton of you out there thinking, just get another job, but it is not that simple. Trust me. So yeah, that is where the work situation is. I knew this part of the video was going to take a big chunk, so I tried to get through the budget part as quick as I could. If you at all care about how life is going in general, that's just a little life update for you all, because the numbers are great right now. You know, the fire goal is progressing. I'm happy about that. I'm happy to have my 3 nights together. The pay cut is pretty minimal that I'll be taking, and in the long run, I'm hoping that I can get my schedule changed again to something more suitable for what I want out of life. But for right now, you know, I'm glad to have the nights together. That'll be a good thing. And yeah, it's just that all of the stuff outside of the actual numbers and getting to fire and getting debt free, there's some good things that I'm trying to focus on, but yeah, this whole work situation is just still a huge stressor for me. You know, I'm just frustrated by it naturally. So yeah, that's the update there. You know, if things change in the future when this new hospital opens, I don't even know. I don't have a date of when the new hospital is opening. So, but if I get any news about that and my schedule might change again in the future, then of course I'll let you guys know. So if you have made it all the way through this video, you know, cheers to you. You're a real OG. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go film the net worth update video next and the portfolio update, because that's gonna be something that will make me happy. So let's go do that, and I'll see you there if you're a channel member. If not, then I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.